The Senate has summoned the Minister of Aviation, Festus KMO, airline operators and aviation regulators over a sharp rise in domestic airfares across the country. The decision followed a motion by Senator Buhari Abdul Fattah, who raised an alarm over ticket prices on major south and southeast travel plans during the Yuletide season. Data presented during the plenary showed one-way fares have jumped by more than 150%, rising from an average of 120,000 naira to over 300,000 naira, with some major routes like Abuja, Lagos now hitting between 400,000 and 600,000 naira. Lawmakers attributed the spike to worsening the road insecurity, which has pushed more travelers into air transport, creating a steep demand and price volatility. Several senators echoed these concerns and insisting that the situation has become unbearable for ordinary Nigerians.
Time or you're not. Mr. President, in the last 2-3 months, Nigerians have been complaining seriously about the price hike of airline and finding it very difficult to travel from one destination to the other.
Take your seat.
Mr. President, can you believe it that from Abuja to Lagos ranges from 400 to 650,000, and then from here to Enugu is about 500,000. Even from here to Ilorin is about 450,000. When we noticed all this, the committee, we decided to even investigate further, and we now find out that cut across, people cannot afford to travel. And looking at the festive period that is coming up now, Mr. President, it is important we wave in to help Nigerians because of this festive period that is coming, that people who want to move from one place to the other, particularly since our road is becoming a bit difficult to travel on.
Mr. President, in supporting this motion, I want to say that the airfares, as announced by the airlines and as stated by by Senator Buhari, is, to say the least, outrageous and unaffordable as far as Nigerian people are concerned. An airfare from here to Lagos costing above 500,000 naira is too exorbitant. Just one way, not even round trip, is too exorbitant. As you rightly said, when the synopsis of the motion was given, that the minimum wage for Nigerians is 70,000 naira. It means a civil servant will have to save 5 months' salary or even 6 months' salary before he could afford one-way ticket to Lagos. And in going to Kebbi myself, I have to spend close to about 700,000 naira. Mr. President, this is unaffordable. And there has not been corresponding increase in aviation fuel. There has not been corresponding increase in the airport charges from either FAN, NCAA, or Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. So we need to summon all the stakeholders and question them on why this hike is announced.
No corresponding increase in aviation fuel or aviation taxes by Federal Aviation Authority. FAN. Thirdly, sir, there will thirdly issue related to foreign exchange. I'm of the opinion that in the past there is this intervention by the Central Bank of Nigeria, while so many airline operators were given some consideration in some exemption, concessional rates, and up to now, and I know it's still on. So there is need for us, having known all these facts, to bring all these relevant stakeholders and confront them.
So the Senate condemns the sudden abysmal
rise
or increase in airfares.
In the airfare.
And resolves to invite
all relevant stakeholders
in
the aviation sector,
including the Minister of Aviation,
to
urgently appear before the Senate in order to
in order to address this airfare hike in the aviation sector.
Thank you. That we should, as a matter of urgency, invite the relevant stakeholders in the aviation industry, including the Minister of Aviation, NCA, and FAN and others, to a closed-door meeting with the Senate to discuss the abysmal rise in airfares, to avoid exploitation of Nigerians, and also to alleviate the suffering of people and avoid disruption in travel during this Christmas period. And that this should be done immediately. Those in support say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. So we believe